Hey, what's up guys, Weekly Light here, and today I'm going to be going over the heavy bowgun attachments in Monster Hunter World, specifically the close range up and long range up. The skill descriptions are very vague. It simply says increases damage at close range and increases damage at long range, and that was very unclear, and so I wanted to do some testing into it. So what I did was I tried it one bowgun with 3 recoil suppressors as my baseline, one bowgun with 3 close range, and then one bowgun with 3 long range, so I could see the maximum difference it made to get a better impression of where it helps and what type of damage you can expect maximum with this. For each one I used the same armor set and used the same bowgun, only changing the attachments on it between each trial. I tested the normal, the pierce, and the sticky ammo as those 3. Or actually, I never use normal, but I only use pretty much pierce and sticky with this Legiana heavy bowgun. So that's what I wanted to see if it was effective. So in regards for normal shots, with the base, it goes close range, it's 11, then 14, and then once you leave the sweet spot zone where your reticle's orange, it drops down to 1. However, with the close range, what's interesting is when you're close to it, like really close, it only does 15. But if you back up like a couple feet, you get into this sweet range where it does 19 per shot for normal shots, normal 1 ammo. And then as you go further back, it decreases back down to 14, and then 1. So basically, instead of having a range where it does 11, the 11 range is a 19 range, but if you're too close, it drops down to 15. And then for the long range, it's really interesting, is it also went 11, 14, but then it went 2 instead of 1. So a very small difference in regards to the normal ammo. Then for the pierce, I tried it out. Something interesting about pierce is that it does 2 ticks on this pillar, but each tick is independent of the range you're standing. So basically, one could be out of range and one could be in range based on where it hits in the pillar relative to your position. So that's why sometimes you'll see a 10 and a 1 as opposed to 2 10s or 2 1s. So for pierce with no mods at all, it went 8 up close, 10, and then 1 once you dropped out of range. However, with close range, it went 11, then 8, then 10, then 1. So in part of the 8 damage range, it gets boosted up to 11 damage with 3 close range mods. However, with the long range mods, at the very end of your damage range, where you're still within the red or the orange reticle range in this game, it goes from 10 to 14. So as opposed to with normal ammo, where you got no benefit essentially for using 3 long range ups, you now get a 4 damage increase, or 4 over 10 that's 40% damage increase for using 3 long range ups for pierce ammo, showing that the mods affect different ammo types differently. So if you're using pierce ammo, I would definitely recommend using the long range up for this ammo type. And then for sticky ammo, it always did 1 plus 22 damage, 1 for sticking, and then 22 for exploding, regardless of where you stood. Except in one case, if you have 3 close range ups and you're standing near the pillar, it will do a whopping 2 plus 22 damage. That's right, the impact damage goes from 1 to 2, basically increasing your damage by a whopping 1 damage point. So if you're using sticky ammo, you might want to stick to either the shield, the reload assist, or the recoil suppressor. It all depends on your bowgun. So when selecting mods, definitely look what type of ammo you're going to be using, and if using one mod will increase anything sufficiently. For example, on this Legiana bowgun, it takes 3 reload assists for me to get my reload up from normal to fast for pierce ammo 3, so I'm not going to be wasting all 3 of my slots on reload assist. However, the shield, I don't use the shield either, and then deviation suppressor, Legiana heavy bowgun has no deviation, and then recoil suppressor, that's just your fire rate. So I was torn between close and long range up, but since I'm mainly using pierce, it seems like the long range up has the advantage on the close range up, but 11 damage up close is not too bad on this pillar also. So definitely depending on your playstyle, and you should definitely check what how each mod affects each ammo that you like to use. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more Monster Hunter content.